Hey everybody, this is Desmond Snow Dog Training. I just wanted to make a quick video talking about having a leash on your dog in the house. Basically, you want to have a leash on your dog, especially if they're a young dog in the house, just because otherwise you won't have any control over the dog. So, basically, like it's weird. It's like this it's like this weird misconception that you just have if the dog is in the house, then there's no leash on the dog. That is so far from the truth. If you want your dog to be trained and well behaved, then you really should have a leash on your dog in the house and outside the house. Eventually, of course, you do get the dog to be at a point where they're off leash, but the important thing about the leash is that it's an element of control. So right now, if you were to look, like Koshka's at down place right now, he's just chilling out. But he does have a leash on, right? This right here, I have this leash. I'm at my computer desk right now and I'm stepping on the leash, right? So I'm like doing something else. I'm on the computer, but if Koshka were to get up, then I still have control over him. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is some dogs, they aren't just going to listen to you. You know what I mean? You have to have that element of control to where it's like there's no way that they can really fight you on that. You know what I mean? Because your dog might get up and you might say no and then try to get them to go to listen to you, but you don't have any actual control over the dog. Like you don't have there's no physical barrier really. You know what I mean? So with a leash, it's like you can pick up the leash or you can step on the leash. And see, like right now, my cat is wandering into the room, or my roommate's cat is wandering into the room, and Koshka might notice the cat, right? And then he might get up right now, and if he does, then I'm gonna have to correct him. But that's the important thing is I have a leash on him, right? Now Koshka has a history of being excitable when it comes to cats, right? And right now I can tell, see, he's looking at the cat and he's getting excited. He might get up. And if he does, I'm going to correct him. So just be prepared. And see the cat's moving around and he's excited. Koshka, down. No, down. Right? He's settled a little bit. The cat's right there. You know, he's jumping around. He's on the cat tree. Now, that's the thing though, is that Koshka understands that he can't really, I mean, he's getting excited, right? The cat's jumping and stuff. That the movement, like the physical movement, it's exciting for Koshka. Right now, over time, this will be less of an issue. Right now, see, he's really focused. But because I have a leash on him, I'm stepping on the leash right now, there's no way that the cat's in danger. You know what I mean? Like I have that element of control. If I didn't have a leash on Koshka right now inside the house, then he could just go chase the cat. You know what I mean? And you don't want to let it get to the point where they're over threshold like that, where they're past the point of getting excited and they're excited. That's like something that I really want to emphasize. It's like you want to make sure that they never get to that point of actually being excited if you can help it. Now, of course, it happens. If it does happen, then you want to just, deny the dog from engaging in the behavior that they're getting excited about, right? But this is a dog that has a history of like just chasing cats, right? Like he wants to go chase the cat to either to kill them or to play with them, whatever, you know what I mean? He's just a high prey drive dog and a high drive dog in general, so he's just prone to chase the cat. But because I have a leash on him, because I have that element of control over him, right? It allows me to, basically I'm at ease. I don't need to worry about him chasing the cat because even if he did get up, even if he bolted right now, there's a leash on. There's a leash on him and it's under my foot. And he might do it, right? See, he's getting excited, but he understands. Koshka, down. No, down. Hey, chill out, buddy. Lay down, right? And that's like really, really crucial, like really important. You know what I mean? And another thing is, oh, there he goes. Hey, no, place, right? He got up, place, down, right? He bolted. And I wasn't like immediately ready, but because there was a leash on him, well, I was immediately ready. But because there's a leash on him, he can't, you know what I mean? He can't fucking just go do whatever he wants. I have that element of control. So that's really just what I want to emphasize. And if you're having problems with your dog, dude, like 99% of your problems can be solved by just having a leash on your dog in the house because now you have that element of control, right? You might tell a dog no, you might do whatever. A lot of this, like people like the Cesar Millan types, like dog whisperers, Koshka, no, he's getting up. He's persistent. Lay down. Down, right? And see, look, now he put his head down. He's accepting that now he has to lay down, right? Because he's like, fuck, I can't fight this. There's a leash on me, right? Like that's the thing. And you know, a lot of, like I was saying, a lot of these like dog whisperer, like Cesar Millan type, they tell you like claim the space and this and that and whatever. And it's like, dude, like if those people tried to train this dog when it comes to cats without a leash on, then there's no way he would go kill a cat. He wouldn't care, you know. It'd be in what he's not going to listen if there's not that element of control. He's just not. You know what I mean? The cats are like a huge motivator for him, more than food, more than, you know, more than play, more than anything. If he sees the cat, he doesn't care what's going on. He wants to go chase it, right? But because there's a leash on him and there's that element of control, he can't. So, and obviously over time, like I said, you get the leash off the dog. Eventually the dog understands that you're in control no matter what. And also he's a young border collie. So of course, you know, he's motivated to chase shit. You know, it's just kind of how it is. But over time, when he calms down, you know what I mean? But just because he has a leash on is like, I mean, like I see this all the time, you know, like dog owners, they're like trying to tell their dog stuff, but because there's no leash on, because there's no element of actual control, they think they have control over their dog, but really their dog just doesn't fucking listen. You know what I mean? They're saying, no, here, whatever, just like fucking shouting into the wind at the dog, and the dog is just not listening. And it's because there's no control. There's no element of control. There's not even, you know, one of these. Right, this is an e-collar. Koshka also has this on, but I would never, ever use this if he was chasing the cat, because this is only going to make the dog more excited, right? The thing is a leash is like the #1 training tool with your dog, inside and outside. A leash is not just like a utility for walks. It's for just all training. Like in any environment, you want to use a leash because it's really like it's just the most universally applicable tool, and it's like absolute in terms of control. Like this, you know what I mean? It's like if a dog is excited, they might, you know, just go right through this. Like they might just, the excitement will be too much and they'll bark right through it. They'll chase. If they start chasing something, this e-collar isn't going to stop them, right? And that's a big misconception. And also, it's not about zapping the dog either. But hey, oh, see, my cat's a really active cat. Koshka, down. No, lay down, place. He's excited. You know what I mean? And I don't want to show him screwing up, but this is how you get it fixed. You know what I mean? Koshka, get on place, dude. Hey, no. Place. Down. See? He's very, very, very driven when it comes to the cat, right? But because there's a leash on him, I can stop him from doing that shit, right? And this shit doesn't get fixed overnight either. This doesn't get fixed. This happens over a period of time. And also, he's a young dog, a young, high-drive dog. So that's the thing, is like it's just not going to get fixed in a day. It's never going to get fixed in a day. It might not even get fixed in like months. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to evict a problem from your dog, like separation anxiety or, you know, fear of like loud noises or whatever, it happens over time. It happens over time, and it happens after, you know, working with the dog, right? And that's the thing, is that he is excited when it comes to the cats. And so he needs work on that. And also he can work in front of the cats if the cats are calm, but if the cats are really active and they're running around, that excites him, you know, and that's something that's like a new thing for him. If the cats are running, it triggers the prey drive in him. So then he wants to chase the cat. So because I have him at a down place, I'm training him right now as we speak that if the cats are running around, don't chase after them. I'm telling you to place. I'm telling you to down place right now, so you have to do it. You know what I mean? And like, that's the thing, is a lot of these trainers, they'll show you like the before and after, but they don't actually show you the process. This is like the process. Obviously, you haven't seen anything. I mean, like no cat's gonna die in this video, right? But basically, it's like, this is what you have to do. You have to work with the dog. Now, see, he's kind of more stable now. He's like calming down. He's focused on me a little bit, right? That's good. So I'm rewarding him with petting. You know what I mean? And with praise, you know, good boy, right? But if he were to be chasing the cat, there's no way that I would be petting him or giving him praise. I'm giving him negativity, telling him no, down, right? I'm not fucking mad at him. I'm not like frustrated. I know what is happening. I'm calm, and I'm telling him, no, dude, lay down, right? So that's the thing. That's what you have to do when it comes to whatever. And there's just no way. He's a young dog. There's no way I would let him be around the house without a leash on. No way. That would just be irresponsible, right? He's just too young and too high drive. You know what I mean? And especially like his breed and stuff, it's just, there's no way. There's just no way. And if you are doing this, and you're having problems with your dog, that's why you have to put a leash on your dog. It's that element of control. You should absolutely have that stuff. I tell people this all the time. They're like, I'm having problems with my dog, blah, blah, blah. I can't get my dog to do this. My dog doesn't want to go up the stairs. My dog runs right out the door. It's like, yeah, you have a leash on your dog? Just put a leash on him. That's all it takes. Just put a leash on him, and then you can stop a lot of those bad behaviors, like the majority of them. And even if your dog, like, for example, say he was aggressive to other dogs, and say there was a dog 5 feet behind me. If I have a leash on him, it's not a problem. You know what I mean? It's not an issue, right? Because he's on the leash, so he can't. It's just physically impossible for him to do it, right? And it's weird that people don't really realize this, that the leash is control. It's control over the dog. And that's, and I mean, like, people might say, well, why would you want to have you're so controlling? It's like, yeah, I am. It's a dog. It's not a person. It's a dog. I love him. He's my dog, but you have to control your dog. You have to be controlling. You know what I mean? Otherwise, the dog is just going to do whatever, and someone could get hurt. All three of my cats would be dead right now if I wasn't responsible and had a leash on my dog. And if I didn't have my dog under control, then the cats would be dead. And if he sees a squirrel outside or a fucking crow outside, whatever, I mean, but the older he gets, you know what I mean? The older he gets, the more his puppy, he's still a puppy right now. The more less of his puppy energy gets out and whatever, it's like the better it'll get. But yeah, so that's my PSA on leashes. This is something that I tell people all the time. I mean, like, I'm scrolling through Reddit, the various dog subreddits, and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, dude, all of these people are like trying to get their dog to listen with like treats and shit. And then they're like, my dog is, I just read this like last week. Someone was saying like, oh, I can't get my dog to go up and down stairs. My dog is petrified of stairs. So then what did I do? I went into the comments and I fucking said, put a leash on your dog and try just tugging them up and down the stairs. Treat it like it's not a big deal. Don't like console the dog and be like, oh no, come up the stairs. Oh no, the stairs. Don't do that shit. Just say, no, come up the stairs. You know what I mean? And then they're going to start seeing it as like, oh, this human is like, this human knows what to do and isn't freaked out, right? This human is telling me to go up the stairs, and then all of a sudden I go up the stairs and it's not this like death petrifying, like impossible task anymore. And then if you have a leash on your dog can't try to control the situation, really. You control the situation because of the leash. You can make the dog do certain things. Right? So, I mean, like, you can't teach your dog to heel without a leash. You can't teach your dog damn near anything without a leash, unless you bribe them with treats. But even then, if they're not interested in the treat, then they just don't listen, then you can't do shit. So that's the thing. That's just what that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, you have to have a leash in order to train your dog. You need to put your dog on a leash in order to train your dog. And even if your dog will listen sometimes without a leash on, it's the like the 1% of the time that they don't listen, that's really important, because they could get hurt in that 1% where they're not listening. Your dog should be listening to you all the time. And if your dog doesn't listen to you all the time, then you need to put a leash on your dog and start conditioning them, right? Eventually you get a dog to a point where they can be off leash, but definitely not in the beginning, and definitely not if they're a puppy, right? So it's important that everybody know this. And it's something that I haven't really talked about before, but Koshka, lay down. No, place. Down. He's wondering where the cat is, but there's a leash on him. So nothing's gonna happen. But that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. I'm Desmond Snow Dog Training. I'm a dog trainer in the Pacific Northwest. I'll train any dog. I can train any dog to do anything. I can't teach your dog how to drive a manual transmission, but I can train your dog to do. I could probably train your dog to, I don't know, for anything realistic. I could probably train your dog to open a refrigerator and grab you a beer. So, yeah, if that's something you're interested in, then hit me up. My contact information is 360-991-4392. Koshka, place. Knock it off. Get on your place, dude. Quit screwing around. Looking around for the cat. So why would I let him engage you? Why would I let him entertain that? Right? I'm not going to let him entertain that. I'm going to let him entertain the idea of placing for me, sitting at place for me. Right? So, yeah, stop your dog when at the point where they're getting excited, not when they are already over threshold. Right? Now, obviously there's some things that you can't control. For example, my cat running through the room, like going from the kitchen where I can't even see him to running through the room, and then now that stimuli, it's stimulating Koshka immediately. There's no like he's getting excited and then he's excited. No, it's like he's calm and then the cat runs through the room and now he's excited, right? And at that point, dude, it's not your fault if that happens. Just make sure that you have that element of control anyways. You know what I mean? Like nothing happened to the cat. You just saw in this video, the cat ran through the room and then my dog got up out of place. He got off his mark and then I just corrected him and put him right back. And now look at him. He's fucking chilling. Right. So yeah. But anyways, my contact information, 360-991-4392. It's my number. And my email is desmondsnow@gmail.com. Hit me up if you're new to dog trained. If your dog has aggression issues, whatever. I don't care. I'll work with anything. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. And I hope everybody got something out of this video. Bye.